Hey guys, the Bowser701 here, and I'm bringing you a boss guide for probably one of the most notorious bosses. Yeah, I guess there's two of them I could say bosses. In Dark Souls, Dragonslayer Ornstien and Executioner Smough. Now I know a lot of people tend to quit, at this part because it's just that the difficulty for some people can be so tremendously high. Especially if they don't have pyromancy or magics, they just use a sword. This is just killer to play with. So that's one of the reasons I am making the guide for this boss specifically. Also because Christmas recently passed, so a lot of new people are going to be getting Dark Souls, and I really would want to help them out because my first time actually with Ornstien and Smough wasn't too hard because I had two people with me, so we kind of blazed through it. But if someone was doing this by themselves, it would definitely be a huge pain in the ass. Right, so I'm just doing this with sword and shield, so basically that's like the bottom limit. So basically anyone with a sword and shield can do this. If you want to use stuff like magic or pyromancy, you can use a similar approach, but I'm just showing this for people who don't have it. Now, the golden rule, the one golden rule you should always follow is keep both of them in sight. Always make sure that Ornstien and Smough are always in your sights. I cannot stress that enough. Now, with that being said, if you're here to take out Smough, which is going to be the most difficult of the two to kill first, there's a few strategies you need to do. First off, like I said, you must keep him in your sights. Now, you also want to try to get Ornstien to be behind Smough. This can sometimes do something as like getting him stuck, getting him slammed behind him. Remember though that Ornstien can always still, poke his spear from inside Smough. But that's one thing you should do. That will leave you more room to attack, and more specifically more room for mistakes, because there's gonna be a lot to be made. Anyway, the best time to attack Smough would be right after he attacks, because he does have a recovery time, takes him a while. Sometimes you do two swings, like right there. And these areas, when you have them both in your sights and when everything is just so perfectly set, you attack. And like you saw right there, he put his spear right through me. Also, do not be afraid to block. If you can't run away, just put that shield up. He'll probably like knock down a ton of your endurance, but it will really help you in the long run. I was doing this run before the patch, so I had my Hollow Soldier shield at +10, and that thing before the patch, Jesus, that thing had like 79 or 81, I think 79 stability, and that's why I'm taking so little damage to my endurance, is because of that shield. So yes, just remember, always just hit him after he attacks while he's getting up. I don't know why I'm doing it right now. And just keep them both in sight. After a while, you'll finally get Smough down. Now after Smough's down, we're left with super mega badass Ornstien, and this guy will slap your shit left and right. Alright, basically, you wanna hug his legs. You gotta get right in between there. This will cause him to miss pretty much all his attacks, and they'll just go overhead, except for one. The one thing you should always look for is the grab. That will pretty much get you as long as you're next to him. And that is really lethal. But as you can see right there, as long as you're next to him, most of his attacks will go right, above you, unless he does that, which I messed up on. Anyway, as you can see, if you just stay over there, you should be fine for the most part. Just in case, always be, prepared for the worst. That was his grab, and I'm extremely lucky that did not get me. And so yes, just if you want to position yourself right there. That's pretty much the most important thing you can probably do. Also, when he does his lunge, if he does it with one hand, it's going to be one attack. If he does it with two hands, he's going to hit the ground, and then he's going to throw up, so he's going to combo you. And that can really do some nasty bit of damage to you. And, well, just remember, you got to keep practicing, getting the patterns, getting the attacks right, because this is not an easy boss. If you're new to this series or game, you are most likely going to die at least a few times. So, it will get stressful. Don't worry. This is what I think is probably the peak of the difficulty. But, just as long as you get through here, you can probably take a nice sigh of relief. It's not easy, but, you know, once you kill him, you'll feel like a total badass. Now, you see here, I just whip out Pyromancy because I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I only got one flask left. This is probably my third attempt, and I just don't feel like doing another attempt. So I just whip out my Pyromancy, and because Pyromancy is his weakness, for those of you who don't know, and Lightning is Smough's. So I just whip that out, and I go ahead to kill him. So after just a little more damage, he pretty much drops down, and well, that's the boss. And if you complete it, I praise you. Good job for this. And well, stay tuned, and you'll guys see more boss stuff later. See ya.